Okay, let's go live, he said optimistically. There we go. That's worked. Welcome. Hello. Welcome. A bit of a different angle this week, so hopefully you guys can still see me and everything's okay. Bit of a lag, which is yeah. The Twitter should be live. He said optimistically. Is there tweets there? Mum, you've done that wrong. You need to use hashtag, not at. So yeah, good. So yeah, AD saying it looks good, which is good. Maybe put the letters on the windowsill. Is that a bit closer? Are they too small here? I will tell you what they are as well. So, very colour coordinated. Yep. I'm wearing although with this white, you guys could probably like white screen and put funny things behind me. I'm sure you wouldn't, because you're all lovely people. Welcome to another week of the Lockdown Quiz. A little bit different this week. We've got the same rounds, same spoken rounds as ever, but the picture round this week is not a picture round. It's something else, and I'll explain it when we get there. It's a bit odd and a bit... yes, well, I'll explain when we get there. It's different. As always, there's the Scrabble letters. So you're trying to find an anagram from these Scrabble letters. Your letters this week are Z, I, S, P, U, L, E. Z, I, S, P, U, L, E. There is exactly one acceptable Scrabble word in the UK, 7 letters long, using those letters. Exactly one. So... give that a go. Quite a few of you got it last week. I didn't say at the end of the quiz what it was. I said you should come back this week and find out. So last week's word was wreathy, as in wreath-like. If something was like a wreath, it would be wreathy. So that was the 7-letter word from last week, which a bunch of you got, not everyone. But hi everyone in the comments. Hi Katie and Dad and Trace and everyone there. I don't know who else is there, but hello. And everyone else watching. So the last round this week is in honour of my good quizzing friend Richard. He loves these sorts of rounds, and so we've got one of those with a twist, and I'll explain it when I get there. But that's the only difference. The rounds tonight are going to be connections, as always. In the news. The Twitter thing is over my head. This was terrible framing, Alan. I need to be over here, I think. Terrible framing. No, I went the wrong way. Everything's reversed. Never mind. That disappears during the questions, so it doesn't matter. I'll make it better for next week. Apart from that, we should be all good. So we'll give it another couple of minutes see if anyone else wants to join before we start. Let's start by going over the scores from last week. So these are the scores. We had quite a lot of teams last week. So these were the scores from everybody. I just need to wait for it to come up on my screen so I know what they were. So in first place with 46 points, it was the Wooden Tops. In second place with 44 points, we had Lock Me Up Scotty. And today's specials, they were joint second. Then we had in fourth place Me, Myself and I with 43 points. Smoosh in fifth place with 42 points. The RTs in sixth place with 41 points. Quarantine Queen 39 points in seventh place, and Plant Gang and John Thomas, they all had 39. The Carefully Two Hats got 35. They were in eighth place. The Ditton Dazzlers, 34 points in ninth place. Norfolk and Chance, 33 points. They came 10th. The Dogwalker Trivets came 11th with 30 points. Alan's Booty Cool got 28, and they were in 12th place. Sopio Rules, 27 points. They came in 13th. Well done, Danny and Maureen. 14th place, Bogner's Boozers. They came 24 points. Well done, Dad. They asked in one of their answers in was, can you do a round for idiots in the sheet? That was what they put. So maybe one week we'll do an idiots round, a general ignorance or some such. They came 15th place with 20 points, and they still beat the delinquents with 15 points. So there we go. That's the scores on the doors, George. Although I'm not George. So yeah. Lucky 13, exactly. Plant Gang back again on Twitter. Good to have you here. Hopefully you just saw your scores. Remember, you need to get your quiz sheets up. We've got a couple of new players this week, I think. You want to go to bit.ly/Windsor Quiz. There'll be a sheet where you can put in your answers round by round. So don't click next until the rounds are over. And there'll be a space for each answer. Every space is required, but you don't have to answer everything. So just put like an A or a star or something in the box so you can submit it. I get all the answers. I verify all the answers manually. So write whatever you want in there and I'll see it. Alan, I can't see the letters clearly on the anagram. Can you read it out? Yes, Sarah, I can. The letters for the anagram this week are ZISPUEL. And there is exactly one allowable Scrabble word using these letters, using the UK Collins Word List 2019, the most recent Scrabble dictionary. Tash is back. Hello, Tash. And I assume that means the rest of Smoosh is too. Great. Okay, so so the rounds this week, as I said, did I say what the rounds this week were? If not, I'll tell you. We have a connections round. We have an in the news round. We have a art and literature round, and a round on geography. So there are 4 rounds plus a special lyric-y music round towards the end, which I'll explain when we get there. There is also an explainer for that round on your answer sheets, because it might seem a little bit complicated. So when you get to that final answer screen, read the description at the top of that page. It explains in a bit more detail what the answers are like, but don't need to worry about that for an hour or so. Okay, so I think that's probably everyone that we're going to get. 33 of us in here. Great to see you all. If there was anyone that missed their score, a few people joined late, anyone that didn't know where their score was or whatever, pop your team name in the chat from last week, and I can recap your scores for you as you go along. Santa Barbara, all the way from the US of A. Helen, that's great. We've gone international. Were we international last week? There was someone from Ireland last week, wasn't there? I don't know whether we were fully international, but we'll take it. Awesome. I knew Tash would ask what I'm drinking. So this week we've got just Plymouth gin, a lovely gin. My dilemma this week is One Stop was out of tonic, so I've only got the tiniest amount of tonic. So I'm going to be drinking this next to straight. Mother, close your eyes. My Amazon item has been dispatched. I wonder what it was. What did I order? What is it? It's a Fitbit. I bought a bike because of the lockdown. I'm going to try and get fit. I bought a Fitbit to go with it. There you go. That's been dispatched. That's good news. Okay. What else? What's that? $16.99. What? I don't know what else I bought. Who knows? Okay. Right. So we'll get started with this week's quiz. So our first round, as always, is the connection round. I'm going to ask you 9 general knowledge questions. The answer to question 10 will be what's the connection between the previous 9 answers. This week, it's my wonderful friend Dom's birthday. He's watching this stream. And so this connection round is just for him. Well, it's not just for him. You all get a point, but it's a round I think he'll appreciate. So we'll get started with round 1, connections. There's a bit of a lag between when I do this and when I do that. So, question 1. Singer Tom Booth is Singer Tom Booth is best known as the lead singer of which group? That singer Tom Booth is best known as the lead singer of which group? Oh yeah, all my things slightly off, isn't it? I need to be closer to the camera because like I'm cut off. I'm like down here. Yeah. Okay. We need a better angle for next week. We'll work on it. But that was question 1. Question 2. In 2016, in 2016, actress Saran Jones won a British Academy Television Award for Best Actress for playing which Doctor? That's in 2016, actress Saran Jones won a British Academy Television Award for Best Actress for playing which Doctor? I've just been informed by text message that the first question was Tim. I think I said Tom. Hopefully the written text said Tim. It's Tim Booth for that first question, not Tom. Why did I move the angle? Yeah, it's good. My living room got tidied and rearranged, and so I found a corner, and it seemed like a good idea, and it will be a good idea. Because it makes everything behind the camera much tidier. It's all in one small package now. Before there was lots of different things, so I moved it because of that. But next week I'll bring this a bit closer, and I think we'll have a much better setup. It's just a bit far away, which I think is why I'm so low in the screen. But we're fine. You can see everything that's going on. Question 3. Before being replaced by a new flag in 2011, the flag of Libya was the only national flag in the world consisting of just one colour. What colour was this? That's before being replaced by a new flag in 2011, the flag of Libya was the only national flag in the world consisting of just one colour. What colour was this? Remember, you're looking for a connection in these. I'm kind of tempted to reframe. Hang on. Unprofessional of me, but I'm going to reframe. There we go. I'm almost out the top of the screen now, but there we go. People can see me. Good. Question 4. What does the letter W stand for in the name of former US President George W. Bush? That's, what does the letter W stand for in the name of former US President George W. Bush? Oh, you can see my wires now and my little cable tidy. When this is in my room, normally this is my little cable tidy. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna sing. Shall I sing for you, or should we do karaoke instead? Question 5. What were In the Rain in the title of the song by The Move that was the first ever song to be played on BBC Radio 1? That's, what were In the Rain in the title of the song by The Move that was the first ever song to be played on BBC Radio 1? I don't get professionalism like this on the BBC. Getting up every 10 seconds and playing with my own camera. Question 6. The ring of the fisherman is part of the official regalia worn by whom? That's the ring of the fisherman is part of the official regalia worn by whom? Dom, have you got the connection yet? So I looked at my stats for my YouTube stats, and it told me that apparently since I started doing these quizzes, I've had 300 hours of watch time. 300 hours. I think it's because it's each of the people that have watched times by. So that's pretty. I mean, who want to watch this for 300 hours? Thanks, Tash. I've had a good week. I quit my job. Terrible thing to do in a lockdown. But it made me feel great. And I'm doing my own thing. I'm going off my own path. It's a very, very busy, productive week. I've also spent a lot of time in the sun. I got a sunburn the other day. Because I just sat out in the sun from like 1 p.m. drinking with my housemate. And it gave me... yeah, it was good. It was good. Question 7. Question 7. There we go. What archaic word for a male deer features in the name of one of the 10 most common pub names in the UK? I think it's actually the most common. But what archaic word for a male deer features in the name of one of the 10 most popular pub names in the UK? Yeah, no, but it was calculated. I decided to launch my own startup, and it was measured. I worked out everything properly, and yeah, and it's I think it's a good step. I think it's a good time to do it during the lockdown because I'm not going to the pub every night, so I can be focused. And yeah, I'm excited. And maybe in a few weeks' time, I can plug my own app on the here on the stream. The stream will be sponsored by Paper Trail in a few weeks' time, and you'll be like, oh, "What's that?" And I'll make you all go and download the app before you can play. Question 8. Which Mary was one of the founders of the film studio United Artists and was often referred to as Queen of the Movies? That's which Mary was one of the founders of the film studio United Artists and was often referred to as Queen of the Movies. Question 9. In the film Mary Poppins, what was the surname of the children whom Mary Poppins looks after? That's in the film Mary Poppins. What was the surname of the children Mary Poppins looks after? And then your question 10 is, what's the connection between the previous 9 answers? There is something that links all of those answers. Tell me what it is, and you'll get a bonus point. That's a bit strong. Slow down on that one, I think. Okay then. So does anyone need any repeats on those questions? Everyone happy with that round? See if we've had any tweets in since the. Ma says she can't see the 7 letters. Okay, so Mum, the 7 letters. Are they? Yeah, they're a bit far away now, aren't they? And now we've changed the angle slightly. Oh, you can actually see. You can see my legs and my shorts. Now that's off. Good job I'm not like in my underwear or something, isn't it? That would have been. I didn't realise how low down that had gone now. Or you know what we should do? Now that's. Hang on. We should do this. This will be fun. Hang on. I can make my desk different colours. I should make my desk a funky colour. I don't know if you'll see it though. No, it's not showing up. It's being drowned out by the big light. There we go. Make my knees blue. Anyway, Helen asked for a repeat of picture 1. Flashes your bollocks. That's funny. Okay, so question 1. A repeat of question 1 was, put it on the screen as well. Singer Tim Booth is best known as the lead singer of which group? Singer Tim Booth is best known as the lead singer of which group? That's your question 1 repeat. Yeah, any question where you don't know the answer, just put an A or a 1 or an asterisk or something or an @ symbol. Anything you like in the box. Put I don't know, whatever. I marked all these manually so I can read if you just don't know something. It's not like an automated system. So yeah, just pop anything you like in the box. Then for Mum, the letters here, they are Z, I, S, P, U, E, L. That's those letters there. So hopefully that'll help. Yeah, this is. I mean, now it's come this far forward. It's better because you can see more of me, but I mean, probably too much of me. This is right. There we go. That's the end of round 1. We'll now go and do round 2, which, if I've done this correctly, should be in the news. Not that there was a ton of news. This could be 10 questions about COVID-19. It's not. I know. Yeah, my legs are glowing blue. I put this desk. It's wired for sound. It's not. It's wired for lights. Cliff Richard reference. I can change it. It's got unlimited colours. I should make my knees a bit more attractive though, shouldn't I? Should I make them orange? I'll make them orange instead. There you go. There you go. Look, hey, now they're glowing orange. They're so knobbly when they're in orange. Anyway, yeah. It is a great desk, isn't it? It's an IKEA jobby, and then I brought some strip lights, and I wired in some strip lights to this little Wi-Fi controller, and now from my phone I can wirelessly control all the lights. It's brilliant. Right, so let's do round 2, which is in the news. I hope. There we go. And question 11. Question 11. Recently celebrating his 2nd birthday, what position is Prince Louis of Cambridge in the line of succession to the British throne? That's recently celebrating his 2nd birthday. What position is Prince Louis of Cambridge in line of succession to the British throne? And speaking of that, the pictures that the Duchess put out of him painting, the bloodline in that royal family is strong because he is literally the twin of his older brother, right? It's not just me. Like, they are exactly the same. Inbreeding, man. Can I control them with Google Assistant? I knew you were going to ask me that. No, I can't, because the Wi-Fi controller that I use is some knockoff jobby from China. And it, for some reason, when I do discovery on the network, Google Assistant has the brand is listed on Google Assistant, but it doesn't pick it up for some reason. So Unfortunately, I've got to use this stupid little Bluetooth app on my phone, which is very frustrating. It's connected to the Wi-Fi as well. I can't even control it over the Wi-Fi, so something weird's going on. But hey ho. Question 12 in the news. Question 12. Hosting a special virtual pub quiz, just like me, as part of the charity event The Big Night In, which actress plays Queen Vic landlady Linda Carter on EastEnders? That's hosting a special virtual pub quiz as part of the charity event The Big Night In, which actress plays Queen Vic landlady Linda Carter on EastEnders? I've got the hiccups. It's not good. That's very unprofessional. Hiccups in the middle of a quiz. I don't know. Did Linda Carter get hiccups in the middle of her quiz? Question 13. Whose artwork in Bristol, called The Girl with the Pierced Eardrum, was recently updated with the addition of a blue surgical face mask? That's whose artwork in Bristol, called The Girl with the Pierced Eardrum, was recently updated with the addition of a blue surgical face mask? I need to think of like some posters or something I can put on the wall behind me. Does anyone have any suggestions of posters I can, like, specific pub quiz? Maybe I should do like a puzzle as well as this. Maybe I should have like a puzzle on the wall behind me. A clue to something. Maybe I'll do that next week. See what I can find. That'd be fun. Question 14. Lynn Foudswoods. Lynn Foudswoods, who died recently, presented which BBC TV show with her husband, John Stapleton, from 1985 to 1993? That's Lynn Foudswoods, who died recently, presented which BBC TV show with her husband, John Stapleton, from 1985 to 1993? Job at the Windsor. What I think's hilarious is this isn't a Windsor quiz anymore, but I've kept the title. This is free promo for the Windsor Castle. This is what this is. I don't know if anyone from the Windsor... I think Zaf has joined the group. I don't know if he's watching the quiz every week, but I know... Yeah. John says you need an attractive assistant. I do need an attractive assistant. But I think what John consider attractive and what I consider attractive are probably two very different things. Folds. That pronounced folds. That would make more sense. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, question's gone now. I don't want a green screen behind me. No one needs to see what you guys would come up with if there was a green screen behind me every week. Question 15 is, due to the ongoing lockdown, Public Health England has advised that everyone should consider taking supplements of what vitamin, which is sometimes referred to as the sunshine vitamin? That's due to the ongoing lockdown, Public Health England have advised that everyone should consider taking supplements of what vitamin, which is sometimes referred to as the sunshine vitamin. There's a great joke in there about people normally getting that. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. It's a rude joke. It's a millennial joke. Yeah, Danny, the President of the United States said that you could just inject sunshine. Apparently, you can just grab sunshine, put it in a needle, you just inject it. Apparently it's cures everything. Yeah, cures everything. So, yeah. I mean, if the president says it, must be true. So, that and Dettol. Just inject Dettol into your neck. No COVID. So, problem solved, everyone. Question 16. Which lyrics referencing the coronavirus crisis... Sorry. With lyrics referencing the coronavirus crisis, which famous rock group have released their first new single in 8 years called Living in a Ghost Town? That's with lyrics referring to the coronavirus crisis, which famous rock group have released their first new single in 8 years called Living in a Ghost Town? UV bullets. I got in a massive fight with some Trump supporters. I have a few Trump supporter friends on my Facebook, and I got in a huge fight about this whole thing when they were defending Trump, and I said obviously it's ludicrous, and they were saying no bleach is like, you know, and then an hour later when Donald retracted, they were like, oh, you're such a fool, you fell for it, just a prank, bro. Anyway, a massive fight, and one of them came along and he was like, oh, well, you know, I'm a PhD student somewhere, blah, 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 and I've been doing this or that, blah, blah, blah. And he just was like, he obviously wasn't. Like, he just had no idea. Like, I don't even think he understood what UV meant. You know, like, he'd say, oh, what's UV? It was hilarious. And I'm not going to say it here on the stream, but message me privately if anyone wants to know what I said. It was the harshest and worst insult I've ever levied at anyone, and I actually had to think about my life afterwards. I was so ashamed, but also like happy. It was so bad. I mean, it was like it's probably an imprisonable offence what I said, but like it just worked so well, and so I think, you know, there are some upsides to Donald Trump's presidency. You know, the jokes that I'm creating, works of art, just for me to message me if you want to know. What that straight away Maureen's like, yes, I want to know. I will such a message in a second. Question 17. Recently returning for a second series, which TV show is centered around a character who works for a newspaper called the Tambry Gazette? That's recently returning for a second series. Which TV show is centered around a character who works for a newspaper called the Tambry Gazette? I watched all of them in one day. Yesterday, in fact. I watched all of them yesterday. Very, very good. I'm now going to send Maureen the screenshots of what I said. Hang on. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. That was 17. Question 18. Who recently confirmed that he will leave his role as the manager of the England women's national football team next summer? That's who recently confirmed that he will leave his role as the manager of England's women's national football team next summer. Question 19. Which married couple have announced that they will be making their TV comeback as a duo by fronting a new Channel 4 TV series with the subtitle Keep Reading and Carry On. That's which married couple have announced that they will be making their TV comeback as a duo by fronting a new Channel 4 TV series with the subtitle Keep Reading and Carry On. Question 20. Topping the UK single chart for Michael Bull and Captain Tom Moore, the song You'll Never Walk Alone originally featured in which Rodgers and Hammerstein musical? That's topping the UK singles chart for Michael Bull and Captain Tom Moore, the song You'll Never Walk Alone originally featured in which Rodgers and Hammerstein musical? Okay, does anyone need any repeats? Everyone happy with all of those? Okay, so that's the end of round 2. What we'll probably do now, as we normally do at the end of round 2, we'll have a quick break. So if anyone wants to go have a cigarette or whatever, refresh their drinks, I'm going to refresh mine. And we'll meet back here. It's 36 now, so we'll meet back here just after 40, I guess. We'll take a 5-minute break, 5-minute recess. I know Helen and other people like to put me on mute because I'm boring. So I'll wave my hands frantically like this when we come back. But about 5 minutes time, yeah, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes or so. And what I might do actually, just because I made this screen especially, I'm going to put the screen up. I made a special screen, this one, and then so I'll take it off in about 4 or 5 minutes time. places, just not normally in central London. I nearly said this on the stream, but I was fighting with a constable. No, it was on Facebook. The old Facebook comments. Right, here we go. Let's go back and do this quiz. Right, we're back. Gin. I need to add tonic to my gin. There we go. Has that not worked? Broadcast. Oh, hello. Something's going wrong here. Has that worked? Oh, I said we'll be right back. There we go. And we're back. Good. Hello, everyone. Waving frantically. Let me know in the comments. Everyone back. Everyone standing to attention. Guess the good thing about the new angles, you'll see if I'm standing to attention by... there we go. I am back. I think as well that when the Be Right Back screen was on, I think the sound was still on. I think you could probably have heard everything I was saying. So hopefully I didn't say anything too incriminating. The good thing about a semi-directional mic is because I had left the room, it shouldn't have picked me up. Maybe it did, but... Okay, everyone happy to go, I assume. Helen, you're the one that's normally on mute. Do you want to just pop in the chat and let me know that you're back in the room, and then I'll start the next round. The next round is, I believe, geography. I think it's geography. Yes, good. Helen is here. Great. Okay, so let's go on and do round 3. Which, as I said, I think it's geography. Here we go. Question 1. Question 21. In which Spanish city would you find a palace and fortress complex called the Alhambra that dates back to the 9th century and is one of the country's major tourist attractions? That's in which Spanish city would you find a palace and fortress complex called the Alhambra that dates back to the 9th century and is one of the country's major tourist attractions? Look into my eyes, don't look around the eyes, look into the eyes, and you're under. When I snap my fingers, you will not, and I repeat, you will not remember the answers to these questions. All of these videos are still on my YouTube channel. In years to come, I'm going to look back at some of these streams and just be like, what was I doing? There's no gin in that, there's just tonic. Yeah, what was I doing? Question 22. Which has the higher population? The EU or the USA? Which has a higher population? The EU or the USA? And just for the avoidance of doubt, when we say the EU, that does not include the United Kingdom, as we are no longer in it. So minus 70 odd million from whatever numbers you're working out. Remember, you're looking for an anagram. The anagram here as well. The 7 Scrabble letters. There is exactly one valid anagram of these letters in UK Scrabble. Tell me what that is, and you'll get a bonus point. Question 23. What 2 colours feature on the national flag of Poland? That's what 2 colours feature on the national flag of Poland. Question 24. Question 24. What is the only major river that crosses the equator twice? That's what is the only major river that crosses the equator twice? So what's everyone drinking at home? Team, put your team name in the chat, and then tell me what you're drinking. I know a Plant Gang probably drinking straight vodka or something. They've had me drinking all sorts of. What was the cocktail we came up with a few weeks ago? I can't even remember. It was only last week, I think. We came up with a cocktail, didn't we? And we said it was going to be the. It wasn't the Pina Corona. It was something like that, wasn't it? It was the But are you drinking those? What's everyone else drinking? Tash is probably just mainlining grain alcohol. But other people, what are you drinking? Dom, what are you drinking here in your? But I don't even know if you're here. You've not commented this evening. Maybe you're off having a birthday fun. But if you are here, what are you drinking? That was it, Daddy. Quarantini. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant joke. Beer Blanchet. Some beer there. Question 25. Are the Houses of Parliament situated on the north bank or the south bank of the River Thames? So the Houses of Parliament situated on the north bank or the south bank of the River Thames? Glass of rosé for Helen there. Lovely. Tash is, as I... Pina Corona does sound... Yeah, Pina Corona is funny, right? I think quarantine is funnier though, definitely. We'll do both. We'll go to the London Cocktail Club again, Danny, when this is all over, and we'll ask for both a quarantini and a Pina Corona, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure we'll get what we expect, but the world will be a different place when we leave. Question 26. Partially abandoned due to an accident at a nearby nuclear power plant in 1986. In which country would you find the city of Chernobyl? That's partially abandoned due to an accident at a nearby nuclear power plant in 1986. In which country would you find the city of Chernobyl? Just FYI, if you haven't seen the HBO series Chernobyl, when this is over, go and watch it. It's a phenomenal piece of television. Absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah. Go and do that. Question 27. Situated on the island of Lewis and Harris, what is the largest town in the island group off the west coast of mainland Scotland called the Hebrides? That's situated on the island of Lewis and Harris. What is the largest town in the island group off the west coast of mainland Scotland called the Hebrides? Do you remember when the BBC did that batshit crazy TV show where they stranded Castaway, and they stranded like 50 people on an island off the coast of Scotland? And they would just like live. I think they stopped it early, didn't they? Because but they didn't tell. Did they not tell them? I think they stopped it early, and then they didn't tell them that they stopped airing it, and they left them there for the whole year. And like no one was watching anymore, and they still thought they were on TV, and they were just like milking cows and stuff, but it wasn't actually on television. BBC, man, you've got to love it. Plant gang like Pina Corona better, and we're drinking it. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think Quarantini's still better, but I like Pina Corona. Sam's asked, "What's the trophy for?" I'm glad you brought that up. This was my third place in the Poker Police Championship Series 4 that I played. It was a poker tournament, and I think Mum, correct me if I'm wrong. I think my mum won it. And I think I came third at the poker tournament. So, I got a little trophy. So, that's great. But I was beaten by my mum. So, not beaten by my mum. This isn't a sad story. Not like that. She beat me at poker. This is not... No one needs to call any of the... I don't think it was called... Was it called Eden? Was it not called Castaway? I think it's called Castaway because Ben Fogle was on it, right? And they were on the island of Tarrantay. I remember that. I remember the island was called Tarrantay. Pointless answer, I'm sure. Maybe it was called Eden, but yeah, I know it's definitely cancelled, and they just sort of left them there. They just like, oh yeah, you just rock on, and we won't tell any of you that the show's cancelled because why not? Question 28. Before adopting the euro, which country's unit of currency was the drachma? That's before adopting the euro, which currency's unit of currency was the drachma? Good times. Good times. Right, I should chop this up. Don't worry, Mum. We've not had too much. Look, it's still a full bottle. Look at that. Still a full bottle. Suspiciously good knowledge of the works of Ben Fogle. I think a young Ben Fogle, like I would have. Do you know what I mean? Like early on. I mean, to be fair, maybe even now. I'm not against that. Although Ben Fogle and Dr. Christian, they sort of have a similar look, don't they? Except Dr. Christian's a bit more muscly and likes to slide into the DMs of young boys on Twitter. Is that libel? That might be libel. No, it's not libel. It's true. But yeah, no, they've got a similar look. Yeah. Okay, update from my mother. I haven't got a trophy, so I couldn't have won the police tournament. Oh, I thought you did. I thought you won it, and I came third. Okay, well it was another time she must have beat me. It wasn't that time. Question 29. England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, is located in which national park? That's England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, or Scafell Pike, is located in which national park? Katie says, got it wrong. Channel 4 did a show called Eden, which was also cancelled early. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was Castaway. Ben Fogle. But Eden sounds fun. Why did they cancel that early? Was that the same thing? Did they cancel it early but leave them there? Because that's peak. Just like, oh. Thanks, Tash. This is for you. Question 30, the last question of your geography round. With a population of less than 8,000, Montpellier is the smallest state capital in the USA. Which state is it the capital of? That's with a population of less than 8,000, Montpellier is the smallest state capital in the USA. What is it the state capital of? Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, that completes our geography round. Does anyone need any repeats on that round? Anything that wasn't quite clear? Just as my... Okay, good. Nope. Yep, great. So we made it to the end of round 4 before problems started happening. My remote controller's decided to give up the ghost. Hopefully it reloads itself. Oh, has the whole... No, the whole stream hasn't gone. No, okay, we're fine. Good. It's just my remote control, which I need to come back online pretty sharpish. Ah, there we go. That's why. We've disconnected from the Wi-Fi network. So let's reconnect. Hopefully that will come back. There we go. We're connected. And now we can just hit refresh here. There we go. Good. How about some snacks next week? To be fair, I have been craving nuts for a while, Tash. So maybe bringing some on the stream. Both my mum and my dad are watching. I should not have said that. Maybe some snacks. Maybe I can cook something. Maybe I can bake something. Maybe I'll bake brownies or something. We'll see. We'll see. I'm getting. My pasta machine arrives tomorrow. I brought a pasta machine, so I'm gonna make fresh pasta tomorrow. That's my tomorrow goal, as well as work and stuff. But maybe I'll get round to. Our oven's currently broken, so it depends on when we get a new oven on what I can bake. Which might hamper my my activities some. Okay, that was the end of round 3. Pancakes, yeah, that's true. I could just do a massive stack of pancakes. Magic brownies. I can't do brownies. Thanks, Mum. From what I can remember, a few people left the show due to bullying, and 2 people fell in love despite their partner living at home watching the show. Amazing. That reminds me of, there's a US show, and it's called I can't remember. It was basically these kids, and they stranded all these kids in some pioneer town in America with no adults, and they were from 10 to 15, and they just stranded them there, and they were oh, build a society, and obviously it went terribly wrong, and the show got cancelled because the kids were nearly killing each other and stuff. It was absolutely amazing. Was it not I don't know, Kid Camp or something it was called? And yeah, and it's all on YouTube. The whole season's on YouTube before it got cancelled. And if you watch it and you're literally just that kid's a murderer, that kid's an axe murderer. Why is he allowed here? It's the craziest thing ever. Another show that got cancelled. Here we go. A few messages coming in here. Blah 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 blah. I feel like a passing machine will even out the purchase of a fitness bike. Yeah, I didn't buy a fitness bike. I bought a bike. Like hopefully I'll use it for fitness, but it's not like a Peloton thing. It's a proper bike. But no, pasta's not that bad if you eat it in small portions. No, I'll be fine. One lady also broke down to having to kill a pig because she was vegan. I mean, I feel like if you're vegan, don't go on a survival show. I've never seen a survival show where like being vegan and they've gone, yeah, don't worry about it, mushrooms. It's always like, oh yeah, here's a rat, eat it. But sure, it's this show is definitely a mess. Okay, I think that's Jimmy Neutron. Kid Nation, yes, Richard, thank you. It was called Kid Nation. Look it up on YouTube. Watch some of the episodes. They are batshit crazy. It's so good. If you get a chance, not now because we're doing a quiz. When this is over, you're all on YouTube anyway. Google Kid Nation. Watch the season. It is so good. It's brilliant. Right, we're now going to do round 4. Round 4 is arts and literature. No, but they're just like but survival shows though, Maureen. Sorry, I just replied to that comment. They're like you have to do whatever it takes to survive, and they're all geared. Like they don't set survival shows like in country wildernesses where you can like get apples from orchards. Right? They set it in like a desert island where your options are like a fish or maybe one coconut, and that's it. Like they deliberately make it so that at some point you've got to kill a rat, because that's the only thing that the British public find funny. Let's do our final questions round before I explain the picture round this evening, which isn't a picture round at all. But yeah, let's do question 31. This is round 4, which will be, if I've got this right, arts and literature. So question 31. Is a thesaurus normally used to find A, homonyms of words, B, synonyms of words, or C, antonyms of words? Is a thesaurus normally used to find A, homonyms of words, B, synonyms of words, or C, antonyms of words? Look, I am. Good things. Mazel tov. Let's look and see what books you can see on my shelf there. You could probably see more before I turn the camera. It's good. We've got the His Dark Materials series by Philip Pullman. The Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. The 3 Network. Then we've got The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Really good book, actually. Really good. The movie was also pretty good. Then we've got, this is great. This is a fantastic book. It's The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Fantastic book. Like animated, like really amazing animations. And like really cool, just like life lesson-y stuff. It's great. Charlie's also a great guy. Mentor quiz book, then a bunch of pub quiz books, and then Mike, who's here in the stream. Mike, who met Donna Tartt. He brought me this, which is absolutely amazing. I finished it the other day. It took me literally a year, and it's the Hamilton biography by Ron Chernow, and it's the book on which the musical Hamilton is based, and now the movie. They're doing a movie of it. Yes, they are, kids. Yeah, so I literally just finished it. It took me a year. But there we go. That's a small selection of books that I thought might be nice. The quiz books there. Mensa quiz book. Don't understand any of it. Question 32. Question 32. First published in Italy in 1928, which sexually explicit novel by D.H. Lawrence was finally published in full in the UK in 1960 and went on to sell over 2 million copies within a year? Is that Ollie, who just called me cute? It might be. I can't see your profile. Hey, long time no speak. But yeah, I know I'm cute. Thanks. You should have seen me before I put the hoodie on. The reason I'm wearing a hoodie, even though it's like 30 degrees, is I've got a white t-shirt on underneath this, and I need the exercise bike. Quarantine has not been good to this figure. It's not been good. We need the bike. We need to get out on these rides. We need to start. Yeah, that needs to happen. But I appreciate that anyway. I also got a Grindr message from someone after the last stream saying, "Hey, I caught your pub quiz stream. You're cute." I don't know if that person's watching me this evening, but a little creepy. It was a little creepy as a message to get. I won't lie. I mean, fine, rock on, more power to you. But it was a moment for me. It was a moment. 33. Question 33. The 1886 novel Joe's Boys was the second of two sequels to which well-known 1968 novel? That's the 1886 novel Joe's Boys was the second of two sequels to which well-known 1868 novel? That's a hard question. I mean, I knew the answer, but that is a hard question. Maybe there should be I should give clues. I won't give clues. There'll be people that know that, so I probably shouldn't give clues. Does everyone know that? Is there anyone that doesn't know that? Maybe I should give a clue. No, it's fine. I won't give a clue. We'll see. We'll see where we are. Great, good. All right, no clues needed then there, it seems. So we'll move on and do question 34. We need to talk about Alan was the subtitle of which fictional character's 2011 autobiography? We need to talk about Alan was the subtitle of which fictional character's 2011 autobiography? I don't know what my autobiography would be called. No. Dazed and confused. Maybe. It's gone on my phone. Hang on. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry. Oh, my internet's just decided to screw up. There we go. We're back in the room. Question 35. Which of the following art movements came first? Impressionism or Expressionism? That's which of the following art movements came first? Impressionism or Expressionism? That's a weird word, isn't it? Expressionism. That was important. Last little bit of tonic. We've now gone to straight to... I might have to switch to whiskey or something after this. I don't think I can... I think too much straight gin is probably not a winning combination. But like a nice glass of whiskey over ice. I feel like that's more sophisticated than drinking gin over ice. Do you know what I mean? Question 36. What word meaning a unit of cultural information that is passed between individuals by imitation or other non-generic means was coined by British biologist Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book, The Selfish Gene? That's what word meaning a unit of cultural information that is passed between individuals by imitation or other non-generic means was coined by British biologist Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. Question 7. Well, 37. What was the title of John Milton's 1671 poem that was written as a follow-up to his 1667 poem, Paradise Lost? What was the title of John Milton's 1671 poem that was written as a follow-up to his 1667 poem, Paradise Lost? Question 38. Which play by William Shakespeare opens with the line, "When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain." Which William Shakespeare play opens with the line, "When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?" Oh, my glasses are gone. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. Oh, what's the next bit? It's about being here, in the place, upon the heath, and then we shall meet blank. Something like that, isn't it? That will be a set of sun, where the place upon the heath, where we go to meet blank. Question 38 is not on screen. Oh, it's not. Question 38. There you go. Question 38. It's actually not going. It's not doing it, no matter what I do. There we go. Question 38. There we go. That took a moment. Hopefully it's there now. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. There will be a set of sun, where the place upon the heath, there we go to meet blank. That was 38. 39. Question 39 is, in which city would you find the Hermitage Museum, which is the second largest art museum in the world after the Louvre? In which city would you find the Hermitage Museum, which is the second largest art museum in the world after the Louvre? Le Louvre. William Shakespeare. Oh, it's gone again. There we go. Okay, cool. Reload. I think we'll be fine. I think it's nearly there. There we go. Question 40, I think. Question 40. The last of these rounds. In the George Orwell novel Animal Farm, what type of animal leads the rebellion to take over the farm? Is it A, cows, B, sheep, or C, pigs? That's in the George Orwell novel Animal Farm. What type of animal leads the rebellion to take over the farm? A, cows, B, sheep, or C, pigs? So that is your last of those questions. The traditional questions for this evening. We'll move on to what would normally be the picture round shortly. But it isn't a picture round. It is something slightly different. I just need to download the actual sheet so that I can read the questions to you from the sheet. But yeah, it's just slightly different. It's called Lyrics Merged Titles. I'll explain when we get there, but so at this point, if you've submitted those answers, I don't know if you have. Does anyone? I assume no one needs any repeats, so we'll go back to this before we do round 5. So this next round. I'm going to give you the opening lines of 2 different songs. The titles of those songs combine to create one answer, where the last word of the first title is the first word of the next title. So an example of that, which I have here, would be if I were to give you a force from above cleaning my soul. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. The answer would be the power of love is all around. Because it's the first line from the song The Power of Love and the first line from the song Love is All Around. So you're joining them together where love is the connecting word and you're creating one answer that's both. Yeah. So I'm gonna put on screen in a second. I'm gonna put on 5 of these. There are 5 of them for you to deal with, and there'll be 5 spaces on your answer sheet. And they're gonna stay up for 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. So I'm giving you the opening lines. There are 5 sets of opening lines. There are 2 opening lines in each of the 5. 2 songs. What you need to do is you need to work out what 2 songs these are the opening lines to. Then you need to merge them together to create one answer where the last word of the first song title is the first word of the next song title. Such as The Power of Love is All Around. That's the song The Power of Love, first opening line, and then the song Love is All Around. So the answer is The Power of Love is All Around. It'll stay on screen for a while. That explainer is also on your question sheet. So what I'll do is in a second I'll throw them up. There are 5 of them for you to deal with, and you'll get 5 points for this round. It's not 2 points apiece. You get 5 points for this round for each of the correct answers. This is the round I was saying that Richard would absolutely love. Richard loves what we call the George Best Man round. This is a variation on another pub quiz round where you would be given 2 bits of information and you'd need to kind of combine them together to create one answer, such as former football player gives the speech at a wedding. it would be like George Best Man. So this is the George Best Man round, as it were. But anyway, so I'll put up the answers. You should hear me through this process. I think you will. But they'll stay up for a while. So these are the 5. These are the 5 that we're dealing with. Oh, hopefully you can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Oh, but you can't see me. So I'm going to press this button here. And then this button here. And then press that button there. There we go. So yeah, so these are the 5. So these are the 5. And they are. When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. And then we only said goodbye with words. So the titles to those 2 songs combine to create one answer. Number 2 is Con los terroristas. I don't know how you say that. I should listen to the song before I did this. And then I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. Join those together to create a second answer. 3, don't be silly chumps. Take a look at the lawman beating up the wrong guy. 4, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Says the man next to me out of nowhere. And 5, you sit there in your heart ache, yet not a chance to be a child at all. So you have to combine all those together to give me 5 answers. And yeah. So hopefully, if you've clicked to the final sheet on your answer round, hopefully you should just see 5 slots now on that question round, and you should be putting in these 5 answers. If that's not the case, let me know in the comments. But I think that's what you should be seeing. These are going to stay here. They'll stay here for a while, so you can all work on them. Yeah, and so hopefully these will. So just work out all these song titles and then combine them together to create. I did think about singing all of these songs to make it slightly easier, but I decided against that, given that I can't sing. So more chance of injecting myself than being to get these correct. Yes, no. So this is, I think this is officially the hardest round I've ever done at a pub quiz. However, I just thought it was really cool. I thought it was really clever. I thought it was really funny, and so I thought I'd give it a go. And also, Richard, my dear friend who's watching, he loves these kind of rounds, and so I wanted to do this for him. And so, yeah, so I don't know how many he's going to get. I don't know how many you're all going to get. I've tried to pick songs that weren't too obscure, and sort of piece it together in a way that hopefully can be solvable. These kind of rounds are fun. They're like general knowledge and logic at the same time. I thought I'd give it a go. And we'll see what happens. I think a lot of people aren't going to do great on this round. But it was definitely a bit of fun. Maybe next week I'll do it with books instead of with songs. I'll have a similar round next week, but it'll be the opening lines of novels, where the last word is the last word of the title is the next word of the. That'll be even harder, I think. No, there's a lot of novels. It won't be harder. Maybe I'll do that next week. Maybe I'll do novels instead of songs next week. Okay, so I'll give you another couple of minutes of those. In a couple of minutes' time, I'll take those away, and then we'll do the answers. for this evening's quiz. My laptop has gone into flight mode. I can hear it revving like a madman. So hopefully it holds. If it doesn't hold, we'll throw up the Be Right Back screen. I'll reset some stuff and then we'll be right back. So just know that might happen shortly, but I think we'll be fine. But it's certainly, I can hear it taking off. So if that happens, if you see the Be Right Back screen, I will be right back. But yeah, hopefully we'll be okay. I'll leave it up there for a couple more minutes so you can all work through them. Tash, is that oh my god like how hard this round is, or is it oh my god like how amazing and how brilliant this round is? Because I think it's great. Like I don't know. I appreciate it's hard. It's definitely hard. That's what she said. But it's like, but I think it's also like a great round, right? Like, have you got any of them? Surely some people have got a few. Has anyone got any of them? Right? In the comments, let me know if people have got some of these, because I think there's a few that you can get, but I don't know, because obviously I know the answers, so it's like it's difficult. Wow, none of them. Shit. Okay, so in my head I had that this is the hardest round I've ever done at a pub quiz, but I also had it in my head that it's one of the coolest rounds I've ever done at a pub quiz. So I was like, I'm kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I thought I'd run with it. 1 out of 5 for Danny, 9 out of 5 for Helen. Rich, you're watching. How many? WhatsApp me. How many have you got? Dom, I don't know. Dom's not replying to any of my messages. I assume he's, I don't know, died or something. But yeah, how many? Yeah, so my mum's not a fan of this round. Yeah, maybe 1. Okay, so it's like, yeah, so general consensus is not many. So I can make it easier. But I like this format. I like this idea of, I like this merged together idea. I think it's fun. Yeah, okay. But like, the thing is though, so we only say goodbye with words. Like, that's a really famous song, like by a female artist. Everyone should get that. Like everyone should get. Your knees aren't blue anymore. Oh, no, I made them orange. Everyone should get. You sit there in your heartache. Everyone should know that song, surely. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Surely everyone's going to get that song. And if you get one of the songs, finding the other one is yes. Yeah, so Rich, who's the person I didn't do this round for Rich, but it was partially inspired by him. He said it's very hard. So next week we'll refine it. We'll be less hard next week, but hopefully you can all get some of those. But yeah, okay. Yeah, see, Lomas got 4. To be fair, Lomas's obsession is like music from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So he probably absolutely would have smashed that. But yeah, my knees aren't blue anymore. Yeah, okay, that's good. Right, so there you go. So that is the end of tonight's quiz. That is the last. You will find these answers out very shortly. That is the last round. Hit submit on your thing. Don't forget your last step, which is the Scrabble round. You're looking for an anagram of ZISPUEL. There's one acceptable Scrabble word for those, and they've all just fallen off. So there we go. So that's gone. So yeah. So it looks like your legs are small hot dogs in the tiny camera shot. Okay, well, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I've got quite chunky legs, okay? Small hot dogs. Big hot dogs, please. When I start getting on that bike as well, those thighs are thunder thighs. Thunder thighs. You're not going to know what to do with them. Not that you need to know. Anyway. Then we got 4. Yeah, you see? Richard Noble there, just smashing it up. 4. Okay, so that was tonight's quiz. Hit submit on your answers. and I can go through the questions for the answers for tonight's quiz, and everyone can mark them. I will not give you the answer to the anagram. If you'd like to know that, you need to tune in next week. I want to keep you all coming back for more. So so we'll go very shortly through all of those answers. When we do, we'll turn off the tweets, including my mum saying you're shit at quizzes. Bring back the picture around. She's not saying that, but I like to think she is. Great. So no repeats needed. It looks like. One sec. Having trouble submitting the form. All right, Matt. I'll stop. It was a bit hard tonight. It was a hard quiz, wasn't it? I just feel like the problem with quizzes, and normally I pitch it okay, but the problem with quizzes is if you know the answers, it's really easy. And because I'm writing the quiz, well, I wrote like 3 of the 5 rounds tonight. Because I'm writing it, I know the answers. So it's like, it's easy, it's fine. And you have to sort of work out. Yeah, you have to get that. I knew that last round was really hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I knew the last round was like excruciatingly hard, but it was too good not to do. And when you when you get the answers as well, I think you'll all appreciate the round. I hope you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just tell me to go fuck myself. But I think when you get the answers, you'll appreciate the round. And I'll try again next week, maybe with book titles. And I'll try and make things slightly easier. And we'll keep refining it. We'll get there. Maybe we'll do a pitch round again. You know, there's a music round coming up. Licensing on YouTube is a joke, by the way. But anyway, but yeah, we'll see. Great. So okay, before I can do anything, I need my freaking remote control back, and that's not back. So let's see. Well, I can't do anything until this is back. So vamp for a second. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna vamp. Okay. Connected to the Wi-Fi. Am I connected to the Wi-Fi? I think I should be. There we go. Connected to the Wi-Fi. And then refresh. There we go. Good. Has that not worked? Seems like this is a terrible. There we go. So, the answers to our first round, which was the connections round. And they are singer Tom Booth is best associated as best known as the lead singer of which group? That is James. He's the lead singer of James. 2. In 2016, the actress Suran Jones won a BAFTA as Best Actress for playing Dr. Foster in the TV series Dr. Foster. 3. Before being replaced by a new flag in 2011, the flag of Libya was one single colour. It was green. The flag of Libya was green. Green only. 4. The letter W in George W. Bush's name stands for Walker. 5. In the Rain was the title of the song by The Mood that was the first song played on BBC Radio 1. It was Flowers in the Rain. Flowers in the Rain. Question 6. The ring of the fisherman is part of the official regalia or regalia worn by whom? It's the Pope. The Pope wears the ring of the fisherman. Make your own jokes. Question 7. The archaic word for a deer that features in the name of the most common pubs in the UK is Hart. The White Hart. H-A-R-T. Question 6. Which Mary was one of the founders of the Studio United Artists and is often referred to as the Queen of Movies? It's Mary Pickford. Mary Pickford. Question 9. The movie Mary Poppins. What's the surname of the children that Mary looks after? It's Banks. I don't know how many of you got this. Did people get this connection? The connection is goalkeepers for England for the England football team. Or just goalkeepers. But yeah, David James, Ben Foster, Rob Green, Ian Walker, Tim Flowers, Nick Pope, Joe Hart, Jordan Pickford, and Gordon Banks. So, your answers to round 2, which I believe was in the news. Hang on. Yeah. So I tell you the answers to everything but the anagram this evening, and then the scores were announced. So the anagram and the scores were announced on next week's stream. But yeah, I tell you, so you can mark at home. There are some people that play along and they just want to play for this week. They want to just know how well they did. They want, they're playing with families, whatever. So yeah, so all the answers they go out on this. On this stream. So so the answers to number 2, which is to round 2, which is in the news. So your answers to in the news are: recently celebrating his 2nd birthday, what position does Prince Louis of Cambridge is in line to the succession of the British throne? He's 5th in line. He is 5th in line. The rules have changed recently to allow women children to ascend to the throne. So Charlotte's before him. Question 2: hosting a special virtual pub quiz as part of the charity event The Big Night In. Which actress plays Queen Vic landlady Linda Carter? It's Keely Bright. Keely Bright. 3: whose artwork in Bristol, called The Girl with the Pierced Eardrums, updated recently to include a blue surgical face mask? It's Banksy's artwork. Lynn Folds Wood, who died recently, was presented which BBC show with her husband John Stapleton from 1985 to 1993? It was Watchdog. 5: due to ongoing lockdown, Public Health England has advised that everyone should start taking vitamin D. Everyone should be taking vitamin D, apparently. Question 6: with lyrics referencing the coronavirus crisis, the famous rock group that has released a new single called Living in a Ghost Town is the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones. Question 7: the TV show that features a character who works for the Tambry Gazette is Afterlife, the Ricky Gervais series on Netflix. Question 8: who recently confirmed that he would leave his role as manager of the England women's national football team next summer? It's Phil Neville. Phil Neville will leave his role. Question 9: the married couple that announced they're returning to TV with a TV show called Keep Reading and Carry On. It's Richard Madeley and Judy Finnegan, or Richard and Judy is fine. Any combination of those is fine. 10: top in the UK singles chart, Michael Ball and Captain Tom Moore sing You'll Never Walk Alone. It was originally from the Roger Hammerstein musical Carousel. Round 3 answers, which I believe is geography. He said optimistically. There we go. In which Spanish city would you find a palace or fortress complex called the Alhambra? I got it right earlier on, but I've drunk some gin since then, so who knows? The correct answer is Granada or Grenada. Question 2. Which has the higher population, the EU or the USA? The correct answer is the EU. Approximately 447 million in the EU versus 328 million in the USA. So, by some margin. The 2 colours that feature on the national flag of Poland are red and white. The only river that crosses the equator twice is the Congo. The Houses of Parliament are on the north bank of the River Thames. The city of Chernobyl is in Ukraine. Situated on Lewis and Harris, what's the largest town in the island group off the west coast of mainland Scotland called the Hebrides? It's Stornoway. Stornoway is the largest town. Before adopting the euro, the country that had the drachma as its currency was Greece. Scafell Pike is in the Lake District. And Montpellier is the state capital of Vermont. So then we'll do the final round. the final of those rounds, which was art and literature. So, question 31. A thesaurus is normally used to find B, synonyms of words. First published in Italy in 1928, the sexually explicit novel by D.H. Lawrence was Lady Chastity Lover. The sequel, Joe's Boys, was the second of two sequels to Little Women. We Need to Talk About Alan was the subtitle of Alan Partridge's autobiography. The main character, the main title was I, Partridge. We Need to Talk About Alan Partridge. So Alan Partridge is fine there. Which of the following art movements came first, Impressionism or Expressionism? It's Impressionism, or A. The word coined by Richard Dawkins in his 1979 book The Selfish Gene was meme. Meme, M-E-M-E, meme. The sequel to John Milton's 1671 poem, Paradise Lost, was Paradise Regained. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain, is the opening line of Macbeth. The city in which you would find the Hermitage Museum, the second largest museum in the world, art museum in the world, after the Louvre, is St. Petersburg. And in George Orwell's Animal Farm, the animals that try and take over the farm are pigs. Napoleon and his pigs. So, we'll now do the merged titles round, which, yeah. Just check the comments here. Alhambra. Yeah, fine. Good. How about having a buzz cut? I do need my hair cut. But maybe not that. Okay, so this round. I can't remember which of these. So I had a bunch of these. I wrote like 15. I can't remember which of them I used. So I'm going to put up the screen so that I can make sure I know which ones I'm telling you. So 1, when I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. We only said goodbye with words. Is I want you back to black. That's I Want You Back by the Jackson 5, then Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. So the answer is I Want You Back to Black. 2 was Con los Taritas. I Keep Cruising, Can't Stop, Won't Stop Moving. Is Harlem Shake It Off. So Harlem Shake by Bauer, it's the opening line, and then the second line is Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. That's number 2. Number 3, Don't Be Silly Chumps. Take a Look at the Lawman Beating Up the Wrong Guy. Is Always Look on the Bright Side of Life of Mars. Always look on the bright side of life of Mars. So that is Always Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python, Life of Mars by David Bowie. 4. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Says the man next to me out of nowhere. Is The Greatest Love of All I Wanna Do. That's The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. All I Wanna Do by Sheryl Crow. 5. You sit there in your heartache, yet not a chance to be a child at all. is When You Were Young at Heart. And that is When You Were Young by the Killers, then Young at Heart by the Bluebells. When You Were Young at Heart. So there you go. Those are all of the answers that I'm going to give you this evening. I will give you the answer to the anagram round at the start of next week's quiz. So tune in for that. Hopefully, if I can press this button, I'll come back and you'll see me. There we go. Yeah, so hopefully, there you go. So, there we go. So hopefully you don't hate me too much. But that was the song titles one. We'll do a similar thing, maybe not next week, maybe in other weeks. We'll do similar mergers like that. We've got at least another 4 or 5 of these before lockdown's over. So we'll get better at it. But it was a fun round. I enjoyed. I always thought that line was, "Is it there in your heartache?" No, it's, "You sit there in your heartache, waiting on some beautiful boy to..." Yeah. There we go. You got me singing as well. You got me singing. Matt, thanks very much for playing. That was the end of tonight's quiz. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll reveal the anagram from this week at the start of next week's quiz, and I'll reveal all of your scores then too. Thanks for playing. Hopefully everyone's totaled the scores up at home and had a great time. And yeah, I'll see you all again next Sunday. And more of you maybe. Great. Thanks for playing. Bye, I guess.